Okay, it is officially time to start today's A to Z mini rework. My thoughts, ideas, changes, whatever the heck you want to call it. We are on Gangplank The Saltwater Scourge. Definitely physical damage. I'd say basically no magic damage whatsoever. Um, yeah, a lot more abilities though, and that seems pretty contradictory because the physical. But still, majority of his kit revolves around his actual abilities. I would actually move that a bit, maybe more abilities, because his passive alone is like the only reason that you'd ever auto attack on him. Difficulties, without a doubt. 3 is one of the most difficult champions in the game. Damage, really, I would definitely max out his damage. I'd keep the toughness and the utility I can understand with his W, but not crowd control. Like, he has 2 slows, which I guess, yeah, they're just slows, but at the same time, he still has 2 of them. And mobility? Nah, I'd give him 1 in mobility, 1 in crowd control, and keep the rest the same. Because he gains mobility every time he blows up a barrel. And barrels are literally his entire kit, so if you're not blowing them up, then you're not playing him right. And toughness, yeah, is really not that tough. As unpredictable as he is brutal, the dethroned Reaver, King Gangplank, is feared far and wide. Once he ruled the port city of Bilgewater, and while his reign is over, there are those who believe that this has only made him more dangerous. Gangplank Jesus, I can't speak today. See Bilgewater bathed in blood once more before letting someone else take it. And now with pistol cutlass, okay, and barrels of gunpowder, he is determined to reclaim what he has lost. Okay. Going over his abilities. Trial by fire. Every few seconds, Gangplank's melee strike will set his opponent on fire. As I said, that's literally the only reason you ever want to auto attack on him. It's not insane amount of damage. I'm pretty sure it actually does do magic damage, but very little. And it's okay. That's it. It's just okay. Parlay. Shoots target, plundering gold for each enemy unit killed. That is honestly an insanely annoying ability. In laning, he can just shoot you. It procs Grasp of the Undying. It procs anything with auto attacks. It is considered an auto attack, but yet it doesn't have the backfires of an auto attack like a Thornmail or something like that. No, it gets off scot-free. His W's move Scurvy. Eats citrus. Why can't they just say he eats an orange? To cure crowd control effects and restore health. Which is very annoying to some extent because it does use a lot of mana, so he can't really just spam it in lane to, give him sustain and keep him alive. But it's just really annoying to have him CC'd and then he just walks right through it. He uses the ability. What is really funny is whenever he uses the ability early, like with Vigor, when you put the wall around him, he'll use the ability before he actually hits the wall, then he'll hit the wall, and it'll cause him to still be stunned. Now, sometimes if he, uses it and then, a half second to a second later he walks into the wall, he can just pass right through it. But, you'd have to be pretty good Gangplank for that, and Gangplank is very difficult. His E would be Powdered Keg. Gangplank uncovers a powdered keg at a target location. If he attacks it, it explodes, spreading the attack's damage to enemies in the area, slowing them. See, that's what I said with the slow. But not only does it slow the enemies, but it also increases his own speed, which is insanely ridiculous to chase after him with. He'll just place a powdered keg behind him, wait for you to get in the range, shoot it, slowing you, and then darting him away. And if you happen to land CC on him when he's running away, nope, he just uses his W. But then, as I said before, his kit needs to be used as a whole. His W can be used in a variety of situations, such as simply to heal because of damage, to neglect some sort of CC, and also to heal. Maybe if the target has multiple forms of CC, you'll actually take one of the forms of CC. That way you can use it against another one. And it comes with a lot of just game knowledge, plus also just the champion knowledge itself. His Q early on is more of just a poke and farm type of thing because he gains bonus gold upon killing a minion with it, and then he also gains a special type of gold that he can level his ult with. and it's good and all, but it's pretty good with grass. As I said, it can proc it, and if he rushes a Trinity Force, which he should, it can be very annoying having him just shoot you constantly. But at the same time, if he just spams his Q on you, he will run out of mana eventually, especially early on. And it really doesn't do enough damage like levels 1 through 3 to have any major effect. Once it hits like level 4 and 5, it really starts to hurt, and you really need to start like trading with him every time he shoots you. And then like the biggest thing of all, though, you need to keep track of the barrels, because even at lower levels they really hurt. It is just insane how much damage output they can get out. But overall, I find his get pretty balanced, to be completely truthful. Like, you need to really be good at the champion before you can start just running people over. And I know, because I tried to main him at one point, that did not work well. Which I still think I could, but yeah. Then finally we have his ult, Cannon Barrage. Gangplank signals his ship to bombard an area, slowing and damaging enemies. Yet again, another slow. As I said, he has 2 slows. I don't understand why they don't give him the crowd control one. And same with like the mobility one. Like, he gains mobility every time he blows up a barrel. Like, you should be blowing up a barrel constantly. Because the barrel also can crit, and it counts as an auto attack, I think. I don't know if it counts as an auto attack, but I know for a fact, I'm pretty sure it can crit. But yeah, his ult can be used anywhere map wide, which gives him a lot of just pressure, because he'll be top lane, use the bot lane, he'll get 2 assists, and then the next thing you know, he walks in the lane with a Trinity Force, and you just get mauled. But as I said, the main thing about his kit is he'll want to use barrels, so it's also his biggest weakness. So if you are ranged, or even if you're melee and you just know when to time hitting the barrels just as well as he does, like I do with Gnar, then you can actually beat him pretty reasonably. And his kit is pretty like the same. In most cases, he's going to try to engage by shooting a barrel or a few barrels, such as he can shoot 1 and then it can track to like 2, 3 others, just like this. And because of that, it will cause like each barrel to explode, and it will damage you. He will then run at you with his increased movement speed from using his E, and then auto attack you with his passive, putting a burn on you. And usually this time, you'll try to counterattack in some sort of way, most of the time with CC, allowing him to use his W. And then with this, he'll probably have his Q back up, allowing him to shoot you, and depending on the level that he is, he'll have his E back up as well, throwing down another barrel just to explode it right away. And most of the time, he can kill you without his ult. Like, 2 of his abilities technically are all he really needs, which is just the barrel and a Q. And honestly, like, I'm pretty fine with that. Like, he can be a little ridiculous when it comes to when you see like a Gangplank with Trinity Force, Sterix Gauge, and all these health tank items, and he has still managed to somehow crit you, or not even crit you, just do a chunk of your damage when you're nowhere near him because he double barreled you. And then he's capable of ulting you to slow you down, to run up to you, because his Q is on like a 1-second cooldown late game with 45% CDR. So he'll just shoot you again, and that will yet again proc Sheen. You'll get hit, you'll get chunked, maybe even die. And then like his passive at that point just becomes something that he can just whack someone just to set them ablaze. Like, it can get pretty ridiculous how fast he can kill you, and also how long he can sustain, both with his W healing him, and also, as I said, with just building health tank items. So in that sense, like, maybe nerf him in the sense of decreasing his base, not his base health, but maybe like base armor or magic resist if he has any. I don't know fully. And then after that, maybe like decrease the scalings a little bit on like his Q and E when it comes to damage. Maybe only like a little bit, like just minor tweaking. Honestly, he definitely does not lead like a full rework or anything like that. But I would definitely like to see him not one-shot me while still being able to 1v3 my team, and they're just like, we can't kill him. I'm sorry you died, but we cannot avenge you. And like the only time you can really kill him is when you put like 4 to 5 people onto him, and each one of them have their own CC. Each one of them can focus him, and in team fight, he's insanely destructive with a Z. Just in general, a good Gangplank can decide the entire fate of the game, which can be a bit annoying. But at the same time, you'd have to be a good Gangplank, and you do definitely know that they deserve to win at that skill level. But still, I would definitely like to see him get like only very minor little nerfs. Finally, let's move on to his skins. Base Gangplank, Spooky Gangplank. This is just dumbest skin. I know it's a comedic skin and all, but still, it's stupid. Minuteman Gangplank. I find this okay, but I don't understand the ship in the background of like the splash art. It looks like a ghost ship for just like no apparent reason. Sailor Gangplank, which you might as well just call homeless Gangplank, honestly. This skin is I find it the dumbest out of all of them, but meh. Toy Soldier Gangplank. This is again, he has a lot of comedic skins. And I like this one, honestly. I find it, like, the comedy really blends well overall. It just looks good. Special Forces Gangplank, one of the few that is not comedic and just will wreck you. Yet again, like, who are all these other people? Like, are one of these people going to be, like, Misfortune? Like, this looks like Misfortune right here. Like, maybe people in the background, like, where are the other Special Forces? Sultan Gangplank seems like it wants to be a serious and comedic skin at the same time. I like it because it's like it's showing him in a place that you wouldn't really expect to see him, in the middle of the desert and all. And you know, there are sand pirates technically, but they don't really use pirate ships like he is. And I find it okay, but like the skin itself looks really good. I just don't like the whole idea behind it. Captain Gangplank. The only reason I don't like the skin is because it's literally his base skin, just better. Like same with Captain Misfortune. It is his base skin, but better. And I don't really think that's really good, because I don't know how they're going to update his splash art when it's already been updated. And then Dread Nova Gangplank. I don't fully understand why he has this skin, to be truthful. I know it is based off of like the Star Wars series and everything, and don't get me wrong, it is a completely incredible looking skin. I just don't understand, I guess, space pirates? You know, yeah, that makes sense, honestly, space pirates. Oh, I'll go with that. I'm not quite sure what else to, like, give him. I kind of want to see him in like a not like a king gang okay, honestly, maybe yeah, a king Gangplank, because he was technically the king of Bilgewater beforehand. And let me go to like Tryndamere real quick, because Tryndamere has his king skin, and I don't, yeah, like here, King Tryndamere, like because he's king of like all the tribes of the Freljord. And I'm not saying I need him to like look like this, like full armor, guard, full on like that. But I would definitely like to see him looking more professional, more like a king, instead of just being the ruggedy old pirate that he currently is, and just have the skin be like what he would look like, or what he did look like when he was the Pirate King instead of someone else. And then, like, I also want to see him in, I guess, yet again, it would be more of a comedic skin, but without, like, the beard. Like, in every skin, he does have, essentially, like, a big, okay, that one's not as big, but, like, some sort of beard in some way, shape, or form. I want to see, like, a clean-cut Gangplank, but not the gentleman skins. I don't want to see him in, like, a full tuxedo and have him, something like that. Like maybe, where's Galio? You're right there. Maybe like the debonair type skin, where he just looks like some fancy motherfucker, and he just has overall just like maybe it just doesn't have a beard. I just want him to have like a clean cut, nice looking kind of thing. Like maybe remodel the sailor and have him be like a new recruit type of sailor, instead of a drunk constantly looking sailor. Something along those lines I think would look pretty nice. But overall, that has been Gangplank The Saltwater Scourge. I'm very sorry about having this yet again, another A to Z a day late, but you know, what can you do? I might as well just make these Sundays because I post them Sundays like 9 out of 10 weeks anyway. But yeah, I would definitely, as I said, I'd change really little tweaks, just lowering his damage. And then I would change this, but like he definitely deserves that other crowd control and mobility icon. He definitely deserves that. So thank you all very much for watching this A to Z. If you happen to know anyone from Riot, please inform them of my existence. I would definitely love to, maybe get these ideas out there. And also, if you have any critiques to what I said about Gangplank, whether it's the skin or his abilities or his overview, anything like that, please leave a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to bid you all adieu. Goodbye.